All right, we're going to give all praise, and honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Rakakwadash. We're going to give double honor to the apostles, the GMS that rule. This is the guy, Freeway Ricky Ross, that was, the whole crack cocaine, the bringing in of drugs into Jake neighborhoods all across the board, and they're destroying and messing up a Northern Kingdom, so-called Hispanics, Latinos. It's another guy, Lord's will, I can bring up. I always forget his name. I believe he's an Issacharite, and he speaks on the CIA, the corruptness. But seeing this and knowing this is you can clearly see Free Ricky Ross. He knows that it's bigger than the police, the SWAT, your police units. It goes up to the elites and corruptness and evil and wickedness that's played out in America. But he makes a good point, and this is going to be the embodiment of the lesson, is which he talks about riches, how riches deceive, and how when people have money and rich, they don't care what's going on.
Out of jail now. Well, these guys, they kind of like we talked about, when you got some money, they don't care if you beating women or making them lick tampons. Everybody fuck with you. Right. So, he was on top of the world at one time. He was a corrections officer. Yeah, but he was. But when he got some money, they forgot about he was a correctional officer. You got gangsters, doing records with him, and people who say, "Oh, I hate snitches" and all this, but they're doing records with a police officer who put handcuffs. I got letters from guys that was in jail with him when he was a correctional officer, and they told me what a shitty guy he was. That they would be shooting dice. He would take the dice and all the money, and they got extra soup. He'd take the soups, and wow. And just stuff that normal officers just don't. Officers. I mean, everybody in jail got extra soups. You save your soups because it might come a time and you ain't.
And that's the only. Well, I would watch it. I would watch the whole thing. He got the whole video, the 2 hour, which I haven't watched. When I get some time. I'm gonna watch the video. But I'm gonna bring forth let me see. Luke 12:15, and he said to them, "Take heed and beware of covetousness, for a man's life consisteth not in the abundance of the things which he possesseth." And one thing that Jake fails to realize, and it comes from a low mentality, being lost and having a sick, corrupt mind, and a mind that's been toward self-hatred and self-destruction. So when you get the material, you use lordship over your own people, and ultimately your oppressor Esau that gave it to you, you look up to him as Lord because he gave you that gift. And this is systematically done to keep Jake in the condition that they're in. This is 1 Timothy 6:17. Charge them that are rich in this world, that they be not high-minded, nor trust in uncertain riches, but in the living power. And we know Rick Ross, both of them, they're Hebrew Israelites. I want to say from the tribe of Judah. So, being that you're an Israelite, you're connected to Yahweh Shem Rashab through our forefathers. But clearly, I don't know what Freeway Ricky Ross, the real one, he's into. But, you know, um, ever since he got out, he goes every once in a while on these platforms and talk certain things. I remember I have a cousin. They used to have a nightclub, and he had dealings with him because he was over here in Virginia to promote something. Can't remember. Something to do with talking about injustice in America. But it says, "Who giveth us richly all things to enjoy? They that they do good, that they be rich in good works, ready to distribute, willing to communicate, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come." Because what's you know really your main focus should be good character, morals, being trustworthy, being useful. Everybody having that everybody eats mentality. Looking out. But unfortunately, Jake, um, like I said, a self destruction mindset and a self hatred. So like it says that they do good. Well, Jake doesn't do good amongst each other. That they be rich in good works. A pattern of good works. When you read the law, reading the stories, you'll understand what reading the history of the Bible, you'll understand what are good works, especially in the time of captivity. This is a very time to very important that you're communicating good works towards people, so you can be trustworthy and you can be useful. Meaning, yeah, I know this guy. I'm just using this as an example. So take it from myself. I is a guy I know, and I'm not saying I actually know a guy. I'm just saying. So here it is. This is the guy right here. I know. I know he's not gonna mess around with my woman. I know he's not gonna come in my house and steal anything from me. You know. I know he's not gonna lie on me. I know he's not gonna bring forth any false accusations on me. I know he's not gonna go out there and bring harm to me, and he actually gonna bring me, how you say, when the opportunity comes, he'll bring, you know, how you say, some certain things, gain. So meaning, could be anything. Not anything, but you get what I'm saying. When the time is right, he may come across something which is beneficial for both of us, and if we have families, um, so ready to distribute. So again, knowing things and having certain substance and certain things, you not only you're just giving it away, but you're teaching, you're how you say, you know how to, let me see, matter of fact, let me get the word definition of distribution. Definition of distribution. So synonyms. That's not nothing coming up. So it says the action of sharing something out of among a number of recipients. So giving out, dealing out, supplying, delivery. You get what I'm saying. So laying up a store, Yeah, willing to communicate, because that's one thing that's very important in these times: communication, which a lot of people lack. A lot of people are socially awkward. So basically, everybody just wants money, and due to their fucked up upbringing, fucked up trauma, and fucked up mentality, a lot of basically people just want riches so they can just lordship over basically people that look like them, mainly you Jakes. Because we know when Esau gets money, he's going to lordship over Jake. Laying up a store for treasure for themselves, laying up in store for themselves a good foundation against the time to come. So, you know, we never know how the Lord's gonna how to deal with us in Jacob's trouble in the times to come. But ultimately, you know, doing showing works of good patterns, we know He's gonna deliver us and take care of us. So Matthew 6:19, lay not up for yourself treasures upon earth, where moth and rust do corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. And this Freeway Ricky Ross was telling the world how here it is, Rick Ross, the rapper, stole his name, and he didn't use it for a great purpose. He didn't use it and became a conscious rapper. Yeah, the government did this. Now he used it and Esau backed him. And Freeway Ricky Ross tells you that basically even in the courts were behind Rick Ross, the rapper. And Rick Ross came in, he shook everybody else's hand, but he basically disrespected the real Freeway Ricky Ross. So that and Freeway Ricky Ross basically said, the point wasn't you per se use my name, but I mean, goddamn, give me something for it. And he said he would have even taken a heavy portion. At the time, his mom was struggling. He would have took whatever, but enough to feed his mother. But the point that it is Jake. When it comes to money and riches and gifts and how Esau throws that money around, it's not even money. It's the access of things. And when Esau throws that his gifts around, it blinds Jake completely. So it says, but lay up for yourself treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust do corrupt and where thieves do not break through nor steal. Because here in America, anything can be taken from you. Your car, your money, your little digital money, your woman, your children, everything, completely everything. And even if you got your own little spot you live at, your crib, your financing, or a place that you're renting, man, anybody can break in your damn house, and it's hell. And it's like you got to kick money out to get it back. So you're always constantly losing here in America. Is nothing because nothing is foolproof. And how Esau has broken the society up. Everybody is stealing and taking. But remember, how was America founded? So it said, for where your treasure is, there will be your heart also. Proverbs 16:8. But better is a little with righteousness than great revenues without right. And one of the main points, rich man, and I'm going to end it. Here it is right here. So it's Sirach. 13:20. And right now, Rick Ross is the man, so, somewhat, he's on his way out. But at one point, you can tell, nobody could tell that nigga nothing. And now, Freeway Ricky Ross, when he was the man during that time, I believe the 80s, when drugs were distributed throughout America, when he had those millions. He was the man. But now since he has no money, hey, he's told to shut the fuck up. Man, who cares about what you say? Nigga, go get some money. That's pretty much the outlook. So it says, I'm gonna get to the main point. I'm gonna get Sirach 13 and 18. What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor? As the wild asses the lions prey in the wilderness, so the rich eat up the poor. As the proud hate humility, so do the rich abhor the poor. And this is the point. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends, but a poor man being down is thrust away by his friends. When a rich man is fallen, he have many helpers. Yep. So Rick Ross was basically being brought up on charges, but he got justified because what? He got a little money. He can be used according to Esau's will, and he has those Edomites that helped him. He speaketh things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. So here it is. Freeway Ricky Ross got locked up for actually selling it, but Rick Ross is justified for rapping about it. Make that make sense? The poor man slipped, and yet they rebuked him too. Yeah. Rick Ross know that he fucked up and know, like, damn, hold on. What's going on here? I didn't know, the CIA and etc. This is bigger than, what I thought it was. But now he's told to shut up, Gary Webb tried to bring it out. And then I think Marlon Brando, if I'm not mistaken. I'm tripping, Marlon Brando. And I believe it was Gary Webb and somebody else, if I'm not mistaken. And, they whacked him off. And, pretty much, they pretty much shunned Freeway Ricky Ross for coming out trying to bring forth what happened. But it said, when a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he saith. They extol it to the clouds. So it's like Rick Ross said, Ricky Ross said, just because he got money, he's able to do as he wants to. It's like you see Diddy, and it's like you see all the other gatekeepers of Jay-Z, etc. And ultimately Esau, because that's what Jake gets that from. But if the poor man speak, they say, man, what nigga is this? Whose nigga is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. See that? So, through Ricky Ross, his services was up to do his services to the CIA, and they threw him down. They bust him, and now, Freeway Ricky Ross like, yo, what's up, man? What's going on? Hey, now, man, what you think you doing over here, man? Shut up. That's basically what they're saying. Yeah, so it said, riches are good unto him that have no sin, and poverty is evil in the mouth of the ungodly. So this is what you're seeing, riches and gifts being thrown around in the hands of the wrong people, because they know, they're going to do evil with it. And that's why Esau, he does the things that he does to these people. He breaks Jake, then Jake goes on and break other Jake. And they pray again. Jake, so-called, when I say Jake, it's unique, so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native Americans. When Esau breaks you Jakes go on and break and pray on your own people. But with that, those were you was edified. Shalom.